Hey, it's Daddy Steve. Yeah, just a few more thoughts after my Alice Bond day. I say I got up at 5 in the morning. Did not occur to me at all to wait for a spending day on Alice Bond, and honestly, that is so huge. And honestly, again, I keep saying it. Lexus Prime, thank you very much. Thank you, and thank you also to Bilko because not only should have done the spending, should have waited for a spending day, and then use those gems, which is the next step I can do to spend during Memorial, preferably during another spending day. But anyway, I just wanted to go through where I'm going to go with this. Yeah, I don't want to go through the vulnerabilities at the moment. Just to summarize, there's not really that much in terms of damage bringers. I don't really want a Taurus. You know what I mean? This skips. This only attacks every other turn. He may be dead by then. You know what I mean? It's an old, outdated card. Um, this this sat on the benches for a long time, but that Hellfire is only 500 direct damage. But given what I've got and the fact that it has immunity, a tiny bit of tankiness, it just kind of hangs in there. Um, this will probably be relegated to one of my third deck or something like that, and just because of cost, potentially I can do more or less the same thing. Or can I? Oh, it's the same cost. No. No, I'll keep it then. Hold on, let's have a look. Dodge, immunity, lower immunity, osmos, and that will be retreat. No, I'll just add this as a retreat card. I made a decision that all my Queen Temptresses, I'll evolve to be retreat. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And in my mind, I was kind of playing with the idea that, well, actually, end game when everybody's got immunity, Voodoo's probably better, but then it wouldn't make my deck or shouldn't make my deck. But there is that kind of consideration, which just was known as irony. Having this in the deck, a Capricorn, which is based on its attack damage with a Nereid, is actually quite interesting. And sometimes there'll be a hand zone, it'll just dodge, and that's that. Anyway, the main thing I wanted to talk about was what my next step is. So yeah, we've got Alice Bond right now. I'm going to be saving for the next Alice Bond to make sure I can get there, which means I'm going to need at least say 10,000. I think I mentioned this in the other video I did today. Yeah, so let's say 10,000 gem budget for the next deck duels. Hopefully I can place quite well. We'll see. I'm not going to be farming for creatures. I know other people on their decks are going to be at a different stage of the game. Some are going to be further forward. Some aren't going to be quite where I'm at. We'd love to have I'd love to have a Queen Artiola with a revive meld. Obviously, one per each of these decks would be very nice. Ain't gonna happen just yet. I'm gonna be playing with the insta-kill rune, inspired by Bilko. But anyway, these changes, these decks will be for changing as a level up as well. I'm a level 102 player, and the more space I get to move things around, I most definitely will. So anyway, my Queen Temptresses are all going to be retreat. Yeah, the Spirit Arbiter deck. Yeah, this up against the Queen Artiola is doing absolutely zero. Yeah, Immunity 7, Recycle 3, Dark Reversal, not bad at all. I don't have any more copies in order to think about doing a meld, so that's staying at level 10. Obviously, two Aquarius make it very useful. Got the slow turn in Octavius. That's my dinner in the oven. All is good. There you go. So this will be a very, very, very short video. And then at some stage, I'm going to take the revive off this bloodletter, and I'll probably follow the advice and put it on a revenant, mainly because let's have a look at it. Let's have a look. Revenant. Not that Revenant's amazing, but it's just got a few core things to do a specific. Have I gone past it? To do a specific Job. Wow. Is it in this deck? Why can't I see it? Lord Bones. Phantom Mage. A Revenant. Yeah, there you go. Picking off, weak source. Retreat is what it's there for. Immunity. And the fourth skill? Revive, I guess. And it's just that immunity to stop it getting retreated. And I think overall it'll be better than this card, so that will make that step forward just a little half step. This Queen Temptress will also be retreat, so there'll be 2 retreat cards in this deck just to give it a little bit more. Hopefully at some point in the future I'll be farming more Cyber Eye to try and put an insta-kill on here with an insta-kill rune. I'm definitely going to let go of the dodge. I've been holding on to it like with a like it's my girlfriend or something, like with a bleeding heart, but you know that will be gone, which is a shame. Boo-hoo. Yeah, gonna have 2 more retreats, Queen Temptress in this deck. This is an immunity, a lucky 4th skill on the Death's Angel. Listen, I'm not going to be farming creatures, so I'm going to have to make do with what I've got. But it's to this kind of master plan of inspired by Lexus Prime. Just thinking about Flourish. And he made a point today, which is absolutely correct, that the magic damage that these do is tiny. It's tiny. And to be honest, they don't have the tankiness to hang around, like the Dark Reversals and things like that, to hang around and do much. So it's reliant on things like this Temptress? Tempest. In some ways, listen, long story short, I'm playing as a free-to-play with getting a Flourish rune for this. I've got another Blossoms, a Flourish rune for that as well, and just investing in it to the point where it's damn near certain that we're going to remove their creature's immunity. Right, bear with me. That's why I'm going to have 2. So that's the first one, the Tempest. My other one had Gas Cloud. I would rather they were both Tempest. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd rather it was both Tempest. Or no, actually, no. I need to invest in insta-kill and insta-kill runes because I want it to be a Flourish removing immunity deck with insta-kill just to pop people off and have the whole deck with some kind of rebirth insta-kill or detonate insta-kill kind of edge. I think, ooh, that's going to be hard to beat, right? Hard to beat. I mean, that's if you don't get confined and you can actually play a card. But it's heavily reliant on Blossoms, and that's why there's 2. So that's a little theory I'm going to test. So in the short term, this won't have insta-kill, but the others will. So obviously this has already got insta-kill, and get the rune. Maybe we'll stick it on there, who knows. Retreat. This here. Ooh. See, that's just way too lucky. It's only 3 creatures. It would be better if it was also Tempest. Yeah. So say what I'm thinking. I'm just thinking aloud. If this was Tempest, obviously this is already Tempest. I don't have any more Blossoms, but say if that was Tempest as well. But you know, with the Flourish rune at 10 or damn near 10, overlapping maybe control. I mean, they're going to tickle people to death. That's the problem. These are for the rage control with the retreat, if it's possible. But it will be possible if this is first in line. So it's not just that Blossoms gets played. It needs to get played in order to flourish with the rune. So that the cards that come after it can actually retreat anything. I'm talking about towards endgame. As a free-to-player, just as a concept. think this is a weak source card. It would be better if it had immunity, but maybe I need to. So even if I replace that with a Revenant's doing token damage. I'd probably, to be honest, I probably will replace this with a Revenant, and again, it only does the token damage. That's the problem. But as I get better cards, it'll start off in deck number 1, and then the reserves go to deck number 2, and whatever's left goes to deck number 3, and that's exactly what I got here, and it's better than what it was. And I will get a better hero as well over time. Probably from deck duels. I've got to eat my food, so this is literally, I was going to play a game, but literally I was going to talk through this deck. Obviously, this Harbinger doesn't have a lot of time. Cycle 1. But this is going to be sacrificed in the short term before it gets replaced. I'm talking about this, more or less saying it's going to have to be an insta-kill, aren't I, in order to support Flourish. This is already insta-kill. And if these two both have, if Death Angel and Phoenix both have the insta-kill rune, which is a massive investment, but still, just looking at it, for it to be an insta-kill deck, I need more than 2 insta-kills, don't I? So I think I've got, 2 of the Phoenix. So there's no guarantee I'll even get 1 insta-kill, but I can work towards it, and obviously it's farmable from the Unseal. These Harbingers I can make into. I do have I've got a disposal one. Disposal is useless with Flourish. It has to be insta-kill. So I might actually craft an insta-kill Harbinger, but then I've only got the Revive to fall back on, and it doesn't have the rune. My first priority is not getting the rune, even though I could make a case for it. My first priority is getting at least 1, maybe 2. Well, gosh, I need Flourish, don't I? Oh, I've been looking forward to the insta-kill for too long, so I'll probably end up getting insta-kill and Flourish runes. Then the next Alice Bond, insta-kill and Flourish runes again. At the same time, I'm hopefully getting spending rewards, and I'm building towards my Noble Lord equipment, which you can only get during Momoya. So yes, again, top row, Queen Temptress, both retreat. Death Angel, lucky full skill of immunity, which means the first 3 cards are all immunity, but this Angel will also have the insta-kill rune. These 2 Blossoms will have the Flourish rune. Don't know where I'm going to get all this essence from. Gemini, Frostbite is not awful for now. This here, Revenant with the Revive meld. This here, insta-kill, which means I've only got 2 insta-kill in the deck. In terms of a cycle, it's only going to be this. The cycle 1, no insta-kill. This is sacrifice. I would be happier if I could squeeze in, say, another Death Angel, and then I got the potential to dispose, and also the insta-kill with another insta-kill rune. And then, as I say, just work on what other rejects I get from this deck falling back to deck number 2 to deck number 3. And I'm not saying that everything in this deck is better than this. I'm just saying that I prioritize this, mainly because there's the reading there, my Dark Summoner, Shamana, and I wanted to recycle 2, and sacrifice cards in this deck, and I've got 2 sacrifice cards in this deck, which goes towards Wraith Hunter's skill triggering and some rage control I've only got the one Aquarius. I've only got 3 in total, only 3. For this one, it's just based around Torment and 2 Aquarius. With a little bit of punch from this. Hopefully there's no Queen Artiola. This is there because obviously it's got Vaporize and I've got Torment in this deck. This was just to make up the numbers to put me on 204. This one resists disposal, insta-kill, and Blade Shard. I'm not saying it's awful, to be honest. It's just a bit slow, but I do have Muddle, which switches the wait times. Likely that this will be switched with a Revenant, so it will retain immunity. Switching Mancy. Retain immunity, retreat, and some token damage. I mean, this only does token damage itself. You know what I mean? So by the time it's just going to be quick to die. And this will be retreat as well. So there'll be 2 retreat in this deck, which changes the element, the whole thing about it. And I've talked about this one quite a bit. It needs Flourish as a priority. It might make sense. You could make an argument, I need 2 Flourish right now for this to be an in any way threatening deck. 1 Flourish, it just means there's only 1 card that can potentially turn this magic damage into something meaningful. But again, I've been waiting for insta-kill for too long. Well, I'll make a decision another day. Maybe 2 Flourish for now and insta-kill down the road, who knows. Flourish is more important for sure. And that's it. So if this insta-kill meld doesn't work on here, within the amount of copies that I've got, it might still stick around because of the Flourish, or just looking what else I've got to potentially replace. I did look into this. It's awful, but if it can endure, basically, then potentially it can do some damage. I got this for free at some point, so guess what I'm gonna put on this? Maybe insta-kill. So I've got 2 potential Gemini to try a different meld. As a Tempest might be quite useful instead of this one, which can only potentially freeze 3 creatures. 1 Death Angel. All those Revenants, or 2 copies basically to try and put that revive on. That's all. Spirit Siren, I haven't really been serious about this, but guess what? Maybe, I don't know, insta-kill. Maybe. And that's it. Anyway, if you've got any ideas, let me know what things going on with your decks, any kind of things you're planning for. Say for me, as you know, got my Alice Bond, planning for the next one, planning for Deck Duels, planning for Momoya, planning for Noble Lord, planning for these melds, and then we'll just go from there. Anyway, please like, subscribe, Daddy Steve, and I'm out.